Taking note of vowel reduction early on can help the student when endings or beginnings or words change in context, whether in English or in Hebrew. There's sometimes changes in the vowels, and it's helpful to remember that in Hebrew especially, that consonants are letters, but vowels are not. They just help the pronunciation. But we'll start with how this works out in English. A word like explain has a long vowel, explain. However, when we put an ending on it, there is a shift. What was explain now is reduced from a long vowel to a short vowel, explanation. And so we see that this ending pulls some of the emphasis off of this long vowel, and it naturally shortens. And of course, the same thing can be illustrated with other words like sustain. Sustainability, it keeps the long vowel because of the nature of the ending, but with a different ending, sustenance, the emphasis pulls off of the long vowel and it shortens. And the same sort of thing that happens in English also happens in Hebrew. Let's use an example of the word gadol. Gadol means large or big or great. Now, if we were to put an ending on this word, what happens is the vowel reduces. It reduces from a longer vowel to a vocal schwa. So we go from gadol, gadol to gadolim. And the reason is the accent moves further away from the beginning of the word. And when it moves further from the beginning of the word, then the emphasis on this sound, gadol, is reduced, and it winds up just being a vocal schwa, very much like we saw from explain to explanatory. Another example would be the word davar. The word davar is the word for word or thing. Now, if we put an ending on the word, again, this time we'll make it plural again, then we have the same sort of thing going on. Davar, devarim. Davar, devarim. So you'll notice again, because the accent falls at the end of the word, this pulls it further away from this first vowel, the comets, and thus the vowel is reduced to a vocal schwa. The same thing will happen if we attach the word davar into a phrase with another word. So here I'm going to use this makef, and it's sort of like an English hyphen, but not quite exactly. And this will attach the word with the word Lord to make it into a single oral unit. So we have Adon. And in this case then, because it's a single unit, it only has one accent, which falls at the end of the word. Therefore, it's going to reduce the vowel to a schwa again. Devar Adon, word of a Lord, a word of a Lord. Devar Adon. Just as in English, so in Hebrew, not every word changes. In Hebrew, a lot of times when we have these long vowels, especially a shurik or a hirik yod and the like, marked vowels, they do not reduce. So we have a word like horse, sus, and if we made it plural, it would be susim. So even though the accent moves to the end of the word and pulls it off the vowel stays long in this case. This is just something to pay attention for as you are working on Hebrew. Don't tie your full memory or thought into the vowels, because vowels are susceptible to change in Hebrew, just like in English, under morphological change.